Hi guys, I'm Asif Ali and you're watching CGHOW video. Today I created this interactive grass and you can see the grass interactive with this sphere. And I can also scale my size like this. You can see how it's behaving. Cool. But this is I have already created, but I will create this again from scratch so you can understand better. And if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe it. If you like this video, like, share, and comment. And let's start this tutorial.
CGHOW. CGHOW.
First of all, subscribe my YouTube channel and also click on bell icon so you will receive all new video notification. So let's start this. Like this is I have already created and I will just create a new level blank. Okay, and in this folder I will create one more folder, test. So first we need a mesh, and this is the reference I found on Twitter. I'll put the link in description. This really inspired me to create this, and he used these planers, and it has done in Unity amplifier material. So this inspired me. I'll put the link of this also. And first we need a mesh. So in Maya, I created this cone. I didn't use this cone. I used the cylinder. So like you can take a cylinder like this and then just delete the top and bottom caps and then scale it down like this and select all and move it here. So the pivot will be in the bottom and then you can scale it up and you can add segments like this. And don't forget to normalize the UV, black and normalize. This is what I did. Then I exported it. So I will use the same mesh that I have already in Unreal Engine. So let's come here. So M dash grass and let me close my original material and let me just preview the mesh here. So we have this cone, right? And there's two things happening in my original effect. One is this grass is bending and second is this grass is rotating in Unreal Engine. So I will do the both thing. So first we'll do the rotate thing. So let's just take this black material or you can just make a particle color here. Oops, sorry. And just connect it here. So first we are not doing anything in this material. Okay. So you have this and you want to rotate it. So just take the rotate about axis and this will go to one position offset. In here you need axis, so you can take the 3 vector and you can use any axis like X. Then you need a rotation angle, so you can put a value here, maybe 0.25 for now. Then you need a pivot point, so just search the pivot point and you will find object pivot point. It has also mesh particle pivot point that you can use here. Then it need a position, so you can take the world position. And if I connect it here, you will notice this cone will rotate a little bit, actually 90 degree because 0.25. And if you want to bend it, so if I preview the texture coordinate on my mesh, because I have a straight UV, you can see. So we can take the mask out of it. If I take the green channel, I have this top black and white bottom. So I can multiply this thing with my parameter and then connect it here. And if I preview, this object will bend now. So it's bending. Cool. So now if I just make a dynamic parameter of this bending thing, like this is my parameter for bend, how much bend I want. Okay. And let's just save it and check. So now I will take a Niagara. Let's. And in here, I don't need all these things for now. And I just need some particles. Sorry, some particles may be 100. That will spawn once and life will be infinite, and that will be a mesh. So I will use my mesh, this original mesh that I have. Okay, then I will use this material that I just created here, and I'll take the dynamic parameter. Default value is 0, so it will not bend. So now in the shape location, I will use the slender and not height, just the radius. So we have this grass, and let me increase the size. So I will use non-uniform, maybe 3, 3, and 6. And spawn rate, maybe we can use 200, and color, let's make it green. So we have this, right? And in the dynamic parameter, we can bend it. But notice these all are bending on a single on an x direction. On x axis, actually, the direction is y, right? So these are all. These should rotate like from a point to all direction. So like if I open a paint, let me open the paint, and these are my grasses, and these are now rotate bending like all in this direction. But what I want, if I have these grasses and I have my the sphere that interacting here, so these grass should be from the center grass should be straight, then it should be like this and like this. So from the center where my sphere is, these grass should rotate like this or bend like this from that point. If that point is here in the left side, then the grass should from here, grass should like move bend here. If my sphere is here, okay, this is what I want. So to do that, first you need to check the initial rotation of these things. And one more thing, these are randomly scattered. If you want to even scattered, you can do one thing. Instead of slender, you can take the ring, and in the ring you can use the uniform, and now you have uniformly scattered, and you can increase the spawn rate also like this thing you can do. Okay, now if I'm increasing the value, they are bending this side. I want from the center bands on the all the side. So what you can do here, so you can take a 3 vector and subtract your pivot point from here. So this is like to make uh, to to decrease the offset from the particles. Then you can use this value to and you just normalize it, and then you can take a cross will give you the other angle, the perpendicular angle, if I'm right. So if you cross product express compute two channel vector value output the resilience three channel vector, two lines or vector in a space line vector which is perpendicular. Yeah. So you can use this and then take the z axis. So if I preview, it will give you it's not giving you anything right now. So what you can do, currently is black, but if you put the all three axes here, it will give you one axis, and that will be x-axis, or it, this is giving me the green axis in this case. So we can use that the latter these values, but you can use it here for now. Okay, and I think that's it for now. So let's save it. Now if I'll check, these all are bending from the center to the outward direction. Okay, cool. So let me just decrease the value of band and do one more thing here. That will be A region mask. Recently, I created a tutorial on region mask, so you can just check it out how this works. So it will generate a sphere that we cannot see, and the particle under the sphere will have one value, and the outside will have the one other value, means the 0 and 1. And you can tweak according to that. So like you have this region sphere and it has 100 radius. So if I create here the scale color, make this float. So with this value, you can make your particle darker or brighter. So if I make a blur, and in the alpha, I take the region output. From here, if you check what it writes, it has this region output. So now I connected it here and you can see how it's working. And I can decrease the radius. Okay. So all the particles under that sphere are green. It's taking this one value and outside taking the 0. So I can make this like 0.5, make it like 5. So we have this brighter. Cool. So now my dynamic parameter to band the particles, I want only to band inside it. So you can same thing do here, lerp and then region mask, and now you can see the change. Okay, only the region mask particles are affecting. So now in this region mask, I have the offset. I can move it like this. So we can use this in blueprint, but it is in under the spawn rate, so you need to move it into the update. Then make this offset user parameter, and this is now offset. So now if I drag my particle here to the 0, and let's also add some light. Okay, so now if I take a sphere here or cube or anything like I take sphere, I take this sphere. Okay, let's make more. I want my user parameter, this one, to take the position from this sphere, and when I move it, it should work. So if you go to the blueprint and first select the sphere and take the reference of it, then select your particle, take the reference of it, and then set Niagara variable, and that offset was vector, so search for vector 3 and just name here offset, and then from the sphere get location or get world location and just connect it here. And this should update every frame, so every tick connect is here. I don't know this. And if I now play, you can see that effect gone because the position is here. And now if I move it here, it's not seem to be working. It's working actually, but you cannot see because it is under the sphere. So we can make a material for the sphere, so you can check that properly. And I'll just take the Fresnel and just connect it here and opacity and just make it translucent 100. Hit save and just apply that material on your sphere, and I'll move it here on the 0 maybe here. And if I now play and move this, you can see this thing is working now. Cool. So the second thing is those particles those graphs should keep moving. So what you can do here, you have this green channel. So you can add time on it, and then you can take the Sine. So if I preview this Sine, you can see that gradient will animate like this. And then we can multiply this Sine with a value. So this will be like this wave. And then we can add this to my existing mask here. Okay. So let's save this. So now if we go here and put some value here, and you can also randomize these, maybe 0 and zero point 0.3. Okay, so now if I play this, but you will notice one thing, if I am moving this sphere in the center, from the center they are moving outward. Let me just make this 0 for now and move. Actually, there's an issue. Let me just go to the material and I will actually invert this green channel like here. So now if I check, yeah, now it's better. So now it is better. So if my region is in the center, these are bending from the center to the outward. But if you notice that thing here, if this is in center, everything is perfect. But if this is here, these are just going to the this side, not from the center of my sphere. Okay. So to fix that, if you are not getting what I'm saying, this is in center. If I have 50 offset here, now you can see we don't have any center here like we have here. So I want that center also here. So what you can do in the material, because you have this 0, you can use append many and you can use a dynamic parameter and make this 1 and then we set these. So they you have X, Y, Z. See, you can use this here. And now hit save. Now if we'll go here in the dynamic parameter, turn this on. And like I have 50 offset on X, and if I do the same here, you will notice now I got the center. So you can link it with the user parameter offset. So for that, you need to make it vector and then link it with the offset and use the X and then copy this, paste on the Y and change the axis to Y and then on the Z and change the axis on Z. Now wherever you move, there will be a center. Okay, so now if I'll check it here, cool. So the materials part is about to just finish. Let me add some wave like this. So we have this. Cool. So material part is done now. I'm not changing anything here, although you can use some Fresnel for the look and all things. But let it be. So now come to the particle thing. So in the dynamic parameter, I'm making my band value 0 and also wave value 0. But I have that reason that making the particle bright. And I want my particle to rotate from there. So what you can do, you can take the update mesh orientation. And in here, you can take the orient to vector. Then create a dynamic input and take the position here and subtract from this vector this position and you will get your point. Hit. And now if I increasing this, you can see it's rotating, but I want it should rotate only the bright particle. So because we have to add some little offset on the Z, that's how it will work. So what you can do, you can actually multiply or maybe can actually add and then you can make the LUT. Oops, LUT. And in the LUT, you will use your region. What I'm doing. Oh, it should be under the region now. And now you can use your value 16 or 20, whatever you want. Okay, so the particles are rotating, and if you have offset like 50, particles are rotating from there. Okay, so that's how it works, and you can now, yeah, that's it. You can now turn on both things like point 0.5 here, point 2 here, 5. So they are also rotating and they are also bending and they are also like there is a wavy effect. So this is how I did that. Okay. Now I'll quickly show you my original effect and I'll put that file for download. So you can check the links in description. So if I open my original map and if I open my grass, so in grass, I have that same mesh. I'm bursting 500 particles. Location is disk and I have uniform here and red radius. Then I have a region mask and one more thing I forgot to show you. So if I, oh, let me open that map again. So in this map that I was creating, when I'm moving here, it's working, but when I'm scaling this, it's not working. So to do that, what you can do, in your region mask, you have a scale. You have a radius that is 50 and the default sphere size is 1. So that means region is 50 times more than sphere size. So you can make this user parameter and copy this region radius and go to your blueprint and then take a set Niagara variable. This time take the float, paste the name and use this execution. And in the value, you need a scale 3D from the sphere and you can split it and just use the X. But you need to multiply it with the 50. Okay. So now if I play and I'm moving it, it's working and I can scale this also. It is always 50 times bigger than sphere. Okay, so this is what I do. Now back to my original one. Okay, so yeah, so in the region mask, I have this and offset, then I have update and I did the same thing that I shown you. And then in dynamic parameter, I have the exact same thing. I have a band, I have a swing, and then I have this axis. So nothing is different and then scale color, it is also same. In material, this is also same. You can see I use this 0, 0, then I use a dynamic parameter and append many. And here all the things are same. Just these fingernail I added in the emissive, so my graph looks little better than what I just created. Okay, so I hope you understand it better. You can check this file, you can download and check your own. Thanks for watching. Keep learning. Bye bye.